Hello, everyone. You are watching this in the Wellness Community Facebook group, and today we are going to be talking with Sonya. I'm
Either
terrible
way,
with
tomato, tomato.
terrible. Okay, great. And she is an accountability coach. She joined the directory earlier this year, and it's just been crazy. So we're finally getting around to making sure we can do an interview. And so she helps different people design their life their way. So we're going to kind of dive into that in a little bit. We're going to start with learning a little bit more about her first. So thank you for joining us today. How have you been doing today?
Great, Emily. I am doing great. So full of joy today and happiness. So thank you for having me here.
Good. I'm so glad. So the first thing I typically start off with is just telling us a little bit about yourself and how you've come to where you're at now.
Oh, that is a story and a half, but I know we have a limited amount of time. But let's go back like 13, 14 years, and
Perfect.
the reflection in the mirror wasn't smiling back at me. There wasn't joy, there wasn't happiness in myself or in my life. The only thing I had going for me was the fact that I was coming home to three girls, but they were close in age. It's sometimes much, and it's always been a little much sometimes. Like they're 22 months apart, like from the oldest
Oh,
to the
geez.
middle to the youngest. Yeah, so it's a
Oh, wow.
little, yeah. So like not all three kids within 22 months, but in between each kid,
Right.
there's about, you would have
Right.
thought the whole thing was planned.
Yeah.
That's not the way life works. So I made some changes right there and right then about bettering my life. I started walking. I started listening to audiobooks
Mm.
on my drive to work, the commute. Then I started walking during my lunches, and it wasn't even 3 months, and I taught myself how to run. Um, Fast forward about 6 months, and I had lost 65 pounds, and I was running races and getting medals. And guys, I was in my late 30s when this happened. Like I said, with three kids. So from there, it's evolved. I did become a certified personal trainer, a healthy eating and weight loss coach, and an NLP certified
Mm.
life coach. So I have both my NLP and my life coaching certificates to go with the other two modalities. And so I really, you couple that with 25 years of corporate, well, like corporate experience working in the corporate
Right.
world, people are showing up each day not enjoying life at
Hmm.
all, let
Yeah.
alone work, let alone home, let alone anything else. They're not into it. They're going through the motions.
Yes.
So, and then we add the problems or the heaviness, the hands that were dealt, and we sometimes don't know how to handle it. So, where I'm at now, and you've been in business for quite a while, Emily, you know how life and everything evolves from your
Yeah.
best laid plan to, oh boy, what happens here?
Hmm.
At this point, I'm an accountability coach. I help my clients keep their promises to themselves, taking their life from unbearable, so that reflection that wasn't smiling, to unstoppable, where people just want to talk to you because you bring so much joy and happiness to their life.
I love that. That is awesome.
Thank,
Okay.
thank you.
Before we dive into your business, because
Yeah.
that would be a good segue, but I like to ask this question. What was your life growing up with in relation to wellness? Like, were you taught to eat healthy? Were you taught emotional regulation? Anything regarding wellness, because it's multifaceted. What was that kind of like for you growing up?
First of all, I absolutely love that question because that's not a question we openly talk about. And I think that was the story of
Mhm.
my life growing up, right? We didn't talk about, like, all of a sudden in society, everybody thinks that anxiety is new or mental health is new. It's just newly labeled because we haven't lived this long,
Right.
right? So, in terms of the way I was raised, I remember my mom exercised a little bit, but a lot of it was overly concerned about the way her physical appearance was.
Hmm.
I was on my first diet at 12 when my mom signed me up. So, yes, the not good. So, it's more the negative impact of scarcity, not enough, the opposite of self love,
Right.
which was probably my storyline growing up. Always
Mm-hmm.
reaching for a moving bar.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So did I see it? No, not, no, I didn't witness it in my parents. And I'm still at this age or I'm at the age with them where I'm reminding them they are more abundant, but
Mm.
they're still living mentally in scarcity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So let's go ahead and dive into your business. Tell me a little
Okay.
bit about why you created it, what you do, all of the different pieces of it, whatever you want to share.
Well, I'm glad you said all of the different pieces because I'm very
Yes.
much a multipreneur, but
Yes.
under the same umbrella. So I've written some books. You can see them above me there.
Yes.
Um, so I've co-authored in 4 different books, and then I became an international best-selling author for Your Story Matters, which is a women's self-love, self-awareness workbook.
Mhm.
And I have recently created earlier this year, I don't even know if you know this, Emily, but I have recently created a all-in-one quarterly
Oh,
planner.
I
Yeah,
love it. I
with
think you
again,
had told me about it, but we
okay.
never I didn't know that it was done. So yay.
Oh yeah, so it's on Amazon, but you can get them directly from me. But in this book, what I'm trying to show you here is
Yeah.
a spot where people can take inspired action.
Mm, yeah.
Journal, affirmations, reflections, movement, gratitude, money in, money out, and personal development.
Yeah.
My list isn't checked off yet, but it's all done. I was just double
Yeah.
checking. All of
Yeah.
those things are done already
Awesome.
today.
Good.
So I meet people where they're at. I meet my clients where
Mhm.
they're at. I am segueing into the corporate space right now because we see more and more turnover happening.
Mhm.
So the retention, so if anybody's listening to this and you're working somewhere or you're in a position where you can bring in workplace wellness people, whether I'm helping them with movement, the mindset, the meals, their
Mhm.
relationship with money, why I bring up the money component is so many of us value and attach who we are based on what we can physically, financially accomplish.
Mhm.
And it adds so much stress to our life.
Yeah.
How many marriages break up? How many fights happen because of money? So it's a very holistic approach of building that foundation of those 4 pillars for ideally the woman who wants more, the ambitious
Mhm.
entrepreneur, the person juggling all of the things. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. And I do like that you tie in money because, and even whenever I started Wellness for Generations, actually my first client is an accountant. Like she does bookkeeping for businesses. And she just loved the idea so much because I explained to her that like I wanted a holistic wellness directory. I didn't want just life coaches. I want people that help you all around. And money is a big piece of that. I mean, if you're stressed about money, that's influencing your health and wellness. So being able to, like you said, detach from that is so key, because we're so attached to that identity.
And that we have no idea. I mean, you and I have an idea, but most
Right.
people have no idea the impact that money and stress has on their sleep, on their nutrition choices, on the way they move their body, because they won't take the hour of the day. I need to say this. For the first time ever, I heard on the radio that discoveries found that you need 1 hour a day of self care. Hello. This is
You might
not
love
new,
to.
my friends. But the biggest excuse is no time, no energy, no money. So
Yeah.
realign your priorities because
Hmm.
your world is completely different if you're not in it.
Exactly.
I was at the hospital the other day, a 13-hour wait to see a doctor, and I was going with my daughter. Now, we're in Ontario, Canada, and you are in Ontario too, aren't you, Emily? No,
I'm
you're in
in
the
the
States.
States.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So a 13-hour wait to see a doctor. Now, how many of those people in there are in there for self-induced reasons?
Right.
Right. And I'm not saying drugs, alcohol, like, okay, maybe that's a factor, but that's kind of not what I'm getting at here. How
Yeah.
many of those people move their body, do affirmation and meditation, and fuel their body properly and do what they can to eliminate the stress? And
Right.
if those people are still in line for an ailment, great,
Yeah.
great. But how many other people are there that that's not the case?
Right.
Right. And that actually breaks my heart because people need the help, but they're
Right.
not taking action. And then their life is
Hmm.
falling apart and they don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah. I, I definitely feel you there. And it's frustrating because you want to then help people, but like they need to come to that understanding that like they're causing the issues and they need to take control of their life. And that's what I, want to do and have goals of with my clients. Like I don't want to just like tell you what to do. I want you to realize and understand how your body functions and all of the things so that you can make the best decisions for your personal body because then, there's also no one size fits all. Like everybody needs that customized approach.
We do. And I love how you said this, not one size fits all. And I want you, who's ever listening to this, to again lean into this, because I'm sure you've been invited to thousands of workshops online and masterminds and signature classes at this point. And I don't know about you, Emily, but when somebody says, "Oh, I already have a coach," or "I've already done that," I really want to say, so this is where I want you guys to listen up, unless that coach has had the exact same experiences, has had the exact same book that they have read, has done the work themselves, then it's a completely different approach. It's a completely different set of information. And you're going to apply what you can where you can, but don't be afraid to learn more. That's actually more of a closed mindset versus a growth mindset.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not begging for business, so I'm not going to do that. But the point is, I just cringe. You know what? Be more honest. Now is not the right time. It's not money, because money is a different answer, and it's free, so that's not right. Or it's not a priority at the moment. Like, but to say that you have another coach, and that's fine. You should have a coach. Every coach should have a coach. Every therapist should have a therapist. My therapist has a coach, right? Like, this is not unheard of in this market.
Yeah.
That just tells me who I'm speaking to when they say that. It's like, okay, you're actually more closed-minded, so it's not your time. And then I don't mean any disrespect here to anybody listening to this, but my point is, and you had said this, we are all so different. We bring so many different experiences and modalities to the table. And yes, I'm certified in those areas, but I also have the experience of running a business and having a family. Last week, I wouldn't have been able to do this. Emily and I had to recancel because I had other priorities with my daughter being sick. So I understand life happens, and that is really essential. And I talked about this today, actually, on today's Wellness Wednesday, about grace and gratitude and picking yourself back up when you fall, because we are going to fall. We are going to fail. We are going to get off track. And going into a health regimen, whatever that looks like, whatever you want to call it, it's imperative for you to know that you're going to fail. Yeah. But how quickly do you bounce?
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I went off on a tangent there.
And I mean, honestly, that's why I wanted to create a directory, because I know that like you're not going to mesh with everybody, and everyone's not going to match your energy. You're not going to match everyone else's energy. So like you need options. You need to find the right fit for you. And that was the whole goal of the directory when I created it, and continues to be, because I want to connect people to the people that are going to be best suited for them. Like just like a massage therapist, everyone has a different technique of massage, a chiropractor, like all of those different things. Like you want to find the one that's going to match you and support you the best. So I absolutely love that you said that. That was really good.
Well, I want to tell everybody, but I don't want to come across like I'm begging or pleading, but because that's not the case. It's more educating. And I think that's another pivotal message for people listening to this is, there are so many coaches out there. There's so much information. It's almost information overload. It is okay to say no and to put to work some of the things that you've learned. It's okay to realign your priorities. It's okay to try a different coach or a different therapist or a different workshop. You're not cheating, my friends. You are finding because you've grown. And unless, so I've learned over the years that I need a coach. For me to have a coach who is not married and doesn't have a relationship with kids, or doesn't have kids, and isn't pulled in 20 different directions at once, they need to understand that. And that's one of the things I've learned. So you're going to grow, your coach is going to grow, but do they have the experience to go with the education, or is it just a matter of academics? Academics don't teach you the feelings. They don't teach you, okay, you need to come up for, they just teach you the story of the narrative of what needs to be done versus the real life experience.
Since you said that, I have a fantastic life coach that I love right now. And while she's very helpful, she gets it. Like she's who I need right now. The one day she was here and my like husband and my kids were here, and after they left and stuff and we went in for my session, she was like, so I thought I like understood, but now I really understand. Because like because she is married, she has kids, she has the same struggles, but then she got to see our family dynamic. And so then she got to see like, okay, these are some pieces that need some work, and like maybe we can work towards that, or this is how I know you need more help because this is how you're struggling and I just witnessed it, versus me just like telling her I'm so overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. Well, we can't create a structured plan if I'm feeling that way, because then that's another thing on my to-do list, um so we've been working on more of that inner work and like all of that stuff. And but yeah, like you need to, like you said, you have to find that match. You need to have someone that understands what you're going through, what your life is like, at least to some degree.
At least
So
to some
yeah.
degree, because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't plan not to work last week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't plan for this and that to happen all last week, and we're not going to get there, right? But it was, something happened with my daughter, something happened with my dad. We were moving one kid out, we're moving another kid in, and I'm not even getting into the details.
Right.
And I saw
Yeah.
Emily's face. She's like, all of these moving pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what? My business had to go to the side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I made a conscious choice in April to put 100% effort into my business,
Mm-hmm.
leave a part-time job so I can support my family. So
Right.
I've created space in my calendar to do exactly what I needed to
Yes.
do,
Mm-hmm.
knowing the ages and the stages of where everybody's at and what this means to me. Our parents are living longer.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that, which is a blessing, right? Our parents are
Yes.
living longer. Our children, it doesn't matter how old they are. Sorry to break this news to you, Emily, but it doesn't matter how old they are more codependent than we were at that age.
Absolutely.
It's a society thing, right?
Yeah.
And some of the baby boomers are still working. Some
Mm-hmm.
of them aren't. Some of them are still working. So they're trying. These younger generation, like younger than like my kids, they're trying to find where they belong.
Right.
In a really awkward world right now.
Yeah.
Right. And then that self-care is no
Mm-hmm.
for both generations. It doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. It's a sandwich generation, people like you and I that are not just practicing what we preach, but we're literally leading by example
Right.
every single day as best as we possibly can, but we're making conscious decisions
Mm-hmm.
to address those around us that need us the most. They come to us because we can handle it,
Right.
because we can
Right.
do it,
Yeah.
because we know
Mm-hmm.
how to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. We can hold the space if you need to
Yes,
vent. We can
yes,
do whatever you need. We're here for you because we
yes.
get it and we want to help and help you see a different way, that you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to always be living in that space. Absolutely. I love
Yeah.
that.
Thank you. So I did. I made a conscious choice to quit my part-time job, and I kept on telling my family, because remember how we talked about money, or not money, but the way I was raised. And my dad
Yeah.
kept on saying, "Get a job, get a job, get a job." And I'm like, "Listen, Dad."
Mm-hmm.
I said to him again last week, "Dad, I would have been fired this
Right.
week if I got a job.
Yeah.
Getting a
Yeah.
job does not support you and Mom, does not help with anything that needs to be done. But having that unwavering belief in myself
Mm-hmm.
is everything."
Yeah.
And that goes back to the grace and gratitude, because not every day do you
Yeah.
wake up full of joy thinking that you're amazing and that you're going to give some of that. I
Absolutely.
mean, come on. We wish. I mean,
Yes.
other days I wear my tiara maybe, but
Right. Of course. I mean, that makes everything better.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely love that. Um, do you want to share anything else about your business? Or you can dive into what you're currently working on, what your next offer is.
Yeah, sure. So for those local, and again, I don't know where everybody's listening from, but for those local, I do personal training still. It's not what I lead with. It's not my forte. That's not true. It is my forte because my energy gets even more. But and with that, I do so there's like the 4 pillars: meals, movement, mindset, and your relationship with money. Typically, it's all done through life coaching sessions, and then that's kind of like the life coaching is the tree, and these are the branches that we tackle every day or
Okay.
every time we talk, and we move
Yes.
the needle and we clear the clutter and we do the work in those areas. So I also individually do personal training, and I do nutrition, and I do the life pieces, but I do separate them. But
Yeah.
what I'm leaning towards now, still keeping those in terms of group one-on-one and workshops, but I am
Okay.
getting into more workplaces, and I am doing workplace wellness. So I
Nice.
am doing workshops. Yeah. I have 7 different workshops right now, like healthy eating on a budget, and vision boards, and gosh, I can't even think of them. Oh, how to the money matters one. Like what is your relationship
Right.
with money? That's good one. So I'm
Right.
just naming a few of them. But I have registration open for my next workshop, and it's actually free. This is my signature one. It's called Essentially You. You get from this workshop clarity, you get energy and action steps that you can implement right away to have those two things. So we
Nice.
tap into your subconscious. So we understand first where you are versus where you want to be and why the disconnect.
Mhm.
Then we tap into you being the best version of you. And that is done through your energy type and through colors.
Okay.
It's really cool because that is actually the
Love that.
quickest way that you can make a huge impact on the way you look at the world. And if you go back and look at my YouTube videos or my Facebook, anything that's not like that is this year, you will notice. So anything that's on a memory that's reposted, but you will
Okay.
notice I have not worn black or
Mm.
gray since January.
I'm wearing a dark green.
I
wore
that
black
might be
yesterday.
that might be you. That might be you. So
Yeah,
there's 4
right.
different energy types, and these energy
Okay.
types we talk about why you understand a lot more why you are the way you are,
Right.
how you make decisions. Like for
Yeah.
instance, Tony can literally only do one thing at a time,
Mhm.
right? We were shopping a year ago at IKEA, which is like an hour away,
Yeah.
and we were doing bathroom renos. And he's like, "Well, is there anything else you can think of while we're here?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, let's get bath sheets for the kids because I know they're young adults, like they're in their
Yeah.
20s, but who doesn't want a bath sheet that covers all of their goodies, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right? Look at how old you are."
Uh-huh.
And he lost his mind. We had like a mini fight in IKEA. He had no idea what I was talking about. Why am I talking about Christmas when we're doing bathroom renovations?
Right.
I'm like, but we're here and
Right.
it makes sense to me.
Right.
So okay, so you're getting the two different points.
Yeah.
As my energy type, I am the only one that can multitask.
Mm.
But it comes across not the only one in the world, but this energy type is the only one
Yeah.
that can multitask. Because we insist on life being fun, we get a little scattered. We seem a little scattered brained, and it means that we are not valued as for as smart as we are.
Yeah.
But his type can literally only do one thing at a time. So he was only thinking bathroom renos.
Right.
Okay, that's
Oh
it.
goodness.
It didn't matter, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't get that big of a fight because my
Right.
pride would not let me. But when you're in a work environment or your relationship, so when I've done this, people have been able to understand why their partner does what they do and why they do what they do.
Yeah.
And then they can step into inspired action and make some immediate impacts into
Yeah.
their life. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like such an important key, especially in relationships, is being able to know like what the other person, how they operate. Because I know my husband and I, we've had a few discussions this summer about different things. Cause like for me, I need a grocery list if you want me to go grocery shopping. And him, like he can just go grocery shopping. He picks what he thinks is yummy and he decides he's gonna make that this week. And I'm like, I can't do that. So we like had this whole discussion about that kind of stuff. But because we've had that discussion now, like we can talk through it a little bit easier because he's like, don't forget, like I don't work like this, you work like this. And so we've been able to kind of make that planning time a little easier. So
But doesn't that make a difference? Because now
Mhm.
you know the type of person that you are. You
Yes.
can communicate that to him or to other
Right.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is critical. Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing your offering, and we'll make sure to post the link in the comments for you guys to
Sure.
register if you're interested. Is there anything else you wanted to share before I ask my 2 wrap-up questions?
Well, this is my coffee cup of the day. I just chose it. And I don't know if you know my story, but I did it on YouTube a couple weeks ago. And I think it's called Living with Intention. So there's a coffee cup story. And I
Okay.
almost always have a coffee cup. So I picked this one today. So those listening, you are my favorite person.
I love it. I love
Thank
it.
you.
That's awesome.
Okay,
All
go ahead
right.
with your 2 wrap ups.
Okay. My wrap-up question number 1 is, what is one way that someone can start to move the needle in their health starting today?
Move your body.
Yes, that's a good
And
one.
literally move your body. If you have one place to start, I don't even want you to think. And I did a TikTok and I put almost everything up on YouTube. On Sunday, I was so tired with my grandson here. So when my daughter was sick, it's not just my daughter being sick. It's a 24-year-old throwing up and her 2-year-old son that needs life, like entertainment, fed.
Yes.
So I took him for a walk on Sunday. I was so tired. I don't remember moving. But I put my sneakers on, I put my clothes on, and we walked to my best friend's house, and we got drenched in the rain. And he shows up there, and he's like, "Wee!" And Cindy's like, "Of course, you've got to be Sonya. Like, of course, you're that's your grandson, Sonya. You don't care that you get stuck in the rain." So honestly, we were drenched. Cindy had to give both of us clothes, including him a long shirt, and like drenched to the bone. And we moved our body. Do you think that ruined my day? No. Right. I put my headphones in, and now this is probably the second thing. And if you're already moving your body, first thing in the morning, I do definitely recommend first thing, get up and move. I don't care what you do, get up and move. If you're walking, if you have a pet, if you have a kid, if you have a partner, but you don't necessarily need to talk, you guys are going out for a walk, put your headphones in, do your affirmations, listen to your personal development, listen to something that makes you learn and grow a little bit more. And then you can play your music.
Shifting the perspective. Yes.
Okay, so that's that.
Perfect. And then the next one, what is one change you would like to see passed down to future generations regarding wellness?
Honestly, I would love to see that it's incorporated in real life, not in education life, in real life as part of the education journey.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely. And I'm not just talking yoga and French class as they're learning French because the teacher likes yoga. That's what my kids did, right? I'm talking bring in a coach. I don't want them to be a scholar. I want them to be real.
Right.
Where they can share their vulnerabilities, where they can let the kids know, life isn't going to be easy because nobody tells them that. Yeah. Let's be honest. As moms, we've heard about the terrible twos and we've heard of the tiresome threes, right? Yep. Has anybody told you what it's like when they hit their teenagers? No.
Not often.
No. And you have nothing to take away. Or they're taller than you and they take your phone and hold it over their head.
Right.
Or they're throwing up and they're 24 and you're juggling all of these things. Like, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about how hard life is at all. So we need strategies. We need strategies set into place at a very, very young age. But I don't think it should start there. I don't think it should start at our age. I just think it should be something that people do as a part of their day. You know, I don't know if you guys do this in the States, but when I was a kid, we stood up and sang "O Canada." Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys.
Public school.
Yeah.
I was homeschooled after a certain age, so I don't remember any of that. But we did
our national anthem, right?
Yeah.
And then at the time, we actually did in a public school. Even we actually did prayers at the time, like right, Our Father, and then. You know, would it be really nice then to do a couple of I am affirmations?
Yeah.
Right? I know the school system has changed, whether you're public or private right now. Like, I understand all of that because we're so multicultural. But some things like self-love, self-care needs to be incorporated because we're not learning that at home at all. It's almost more pivotal than finances, to tell you the truth. We need to learn that. Most people don't even know how to balance their budget because our education system didn't teach us that. Our parents thought it was taught at school. All we're hearing from that generation is credit cards are bad, 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 but not how to use them, how to leverage them. Am I preaching to the choir, Emily?
You are preaching to the choir. All the money issues is because we just never talked about it.
We just never talked about it. So, would anxiety go away if we took care of ourselves every single day? It would be eliminated.
Yep.
Right? If we journal our thoughts. Okay, so now we do the national anthem, and then maybe not prayers anymore, but maybe we step into the I am affirmations, or we all sit there and do a meditation.
Yeah.
Right. And then the affirmations. And then you do nothing else but grab your journals with the timer on for 15 minutes. Yeah. What kind of impact would that make on the day? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're giving me a lot of ideas on things I need to work on in my own family because we homeschool. So I do have control of all of that. So those are things that we could very easily add into our day. It's been a little chaotic for the last month because my husband's been off work. And so they've just been home with him. But whenever I have them, when he goes back to work, which is happening really soon and I'm a little sad, but they come to the store with me and we had started getting into a routine where my 2-year-old plays in the kids room while my older one starts school. We get school done before we do anything else. Cause then if he wants to play on the tablet later, if he wants to watch a movie or anything, he has to have his school done first. So yeah, we need to add some of those things to our routine.
And then do it again or make it look different. So
Yeah.
reflection time for a child can simply be
Hmm.
coloring,
Yeah.
quiet coloring.
Yeah.
And then you could do your reflections with oracle cards or with your journal or your angel book, like
Right.
whatever you might
Yeah.
do. When Hudson comes, he puts my necklace on, he takes it off me and puts it on him. He plays with all my crystals. He will sit
Hmm.
in the office and color and play just to be around the energy in the space.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
kids will thrive off this.
Hmm.
Moving their body. Okay, you know what? I'm putting on a video. You guys have to do. I don't care. Find something on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
My
But
son at the
oh,
um at the space here, we have a little meditation room, and whenever he's like kind of a little overwhelmed, I'm like, you need to just go sit in the meditation room for a little bit. And he's to the point where like if he feels like he needs space from his brother, like he just gets a coloring book and whatever he wants to color with, and then he goes in there. He likes to listen to stuff on my phone, so he'll listen to a book or whatever. Like it's been cool to see that when he chooses, especially because he's taking that ownership of like I need space, and then giving himself that space.
so he's learning his boundaries,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you're seeing this. And how old's your son?
He's 7.
Okay, I know we met a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Gosh, it
I
had to
know my
been,
kids are
but
such babies.
no, 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 no. And I was gonna say, but how impressive is it that he is learning when he's overwhelmed to do that?
Mhm. Right.
Now, one thing I can tell you for a fact, because of course I got overwhelmed last week. I'm human, right?
Hmm.
The one thing I needed to do was journal every day. I was
Yeah.
still stepping into inspired action. I was walking, I was meditating,
Yeah.
but where I was not focused, and I actually went and bought a journal. I did journal every day, but the day I didn't bring one, I had one with me, or I went and
Hmm.
bought one, and that made a difference for me.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
don't know always until something is removed what that magic component is. But
Hmm.
just imagine if he didn't wait till he was overwhelmed, if he was so
Right.
proactive. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And now, as humans, if we don't wait until we're overwhelmed to take action or to take the right action, because we're
Right.
taking action, we're pushing through the hard moments, Emily. We're
Hmm.
doing it anyways. Like last night, we went out for dinner. I hadn't seen Tony. He left on Saturday to bring Nathan in New Jersey. So, and I was supposed to go. So they were gone just for the weekend. But I just wanted some alone time with him. And I wanted
Hmm.
Tex-Mex. So let's be honest. I went out with intention to get Tex-Mex, but they were
Yes.
closed. And we both didn't realize yesterday was Tuesday just because they didn't come back until Monday. So,
Right.
right.
Days are off.
And
Yeah.
I had my calendar blocked off for Monday because I was supposed to be gone with them.
Mm. Okay.
So I just wanted some time with him alone
Yeah.
and just that feeling. And then so I'm like, let's go to Bella Jack's, and they were closed. It's like, okay, they're closed, no big deal. We went somewhere else, but it wasn't the same.
Hmm.
And I didn't enjoy the food as much. And then I felt guilty
Mm.
because all I really wanted, like, if we were going to have burgers, we can make them at home,
Right.
right? But when we both have businesses and we've got 5 kids between us and my parents and our grandson,
Yeah.
as much as you want to eat healthy, as much as you want to do the right thing, sometimes you just
Right.
want moments more than that, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I
Absolutely.
think that's what people need to learn too. It's like I knew what I
Yeah.
needed. I wanted time with him. I didn't want
Yeah.
the crap that I ate.
Right.
Only
I
because
totally
I didn't love it.
understand
I
that.
didn't love it. You know
Right.
what? If I
Right.
loved
Right.
it, I
Yeah.
knew
It would
what
have
I
been
wanted at
fine.
Bella. Yeah, if
Right.
I loved it, it'd be fine. But I guess I'm not a loving meat eater anymore.
I understand that. I don't. It's not my favorite thing.
It's not my favorite thing. So,
Yeah.
anyways, yes. Okay. I warned you. You know I can talk.
I
So I know
know.
we got to
I
wrap
know.
this up.
How would you like people to contact you, and then we'll say our goodbyes?
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to put my link tree. I'm going to give you my link
Perfect.
tree,
Yeah.
Emily, and I can probably stick it in the private chat while we're talking here. Then they can do any of the free assessments on there. There's a whole bunch of freebies on here. So if they want to do the free assessment and then book a time with me or join up for the workshop, that can be done
Yeah.
as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds good.
I like having an assessment to start with because that way that we've got
Yeah.
something to talk about and I can go over the report with them.
Yeah.
And there's three that are free and one that costs $1.
Okay. Perfect.
Because that's an investment
Awesome.
in yourself, and we're always afraid to invest because we all think
Yes.
it's the same. It's not the
Mhm.
same. We're all different. Emily's different than I am, and
Mhm.
she has amazing vibe and amazing energy and works probably a little bit better with the younger families and
Mhm.
the current dynamics, right? Where
Yeah.
I'm working with those stuck in the middle because I
Yeah.
know what that's like.
Right.
Okay, my darling, this was great.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was great to chat with you again, and we'll probably have you on again sometime, or just stay active in the group.
We'll see what's next. I will, absolutely. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you all for watching. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.